a small clearing, Max discovers an ancient chest covered with mysterious runes. His intuition tells him that the chest holds the next part of the riddle. With a hint of amusement and caution, Max opens the chest and finds a small brass clavicle with magical patterns. Max realizes that this is another step closer to the magic key. He carefully hides the clavicle in his pocket and realizes that he must continue his journey to solve the remaining riddles and find the key itself. With courage in his heart and a smile on his face, Max puts the chest back in place and happily continues his journey through the magical portal, ready to overcome new challenges and meet new riddles that will bring him closer to the magic key. After a magical journey through the portal, Max finds himself in a deep forest where light only penetrates through the thick branches of the trees. He is surrounded by silence, disturbed only by the rustling of the leaves under his feet. Max continues on his way, carefully following the map and directions in his guidebook. Suddenly, behind the noise of the leaves, Max hears a strange rustling noise. He stops and listens intensely. In the distance, among the trees, he notices movement and a dark silhouetted cloud. It was a flock of bats, rushing in his direction. Max feels a little alarmed, but decides not to panic. He recalls the advice from the guidebook and realizes that in order to avoid danger, he must find shelter. Around him he notices a dense scrubby thicket that seems like the perfect hiding place from the bats. After catching his breath, Max quickly hides in the thicket, huddling against the ground. The next moment, a flock of bats flies over him, whistling and flapping their wings. Max experiences a mixture of fright and excitement, but is glad that he was able to avoid encountering these strange creatures. When things calm down, Max climbs out of hiding and continues on his way. He realizes that the journey through the world of magic will not always be easy or safe. The guide instructs him to be cautious and careful to avoid the dangers and overcome the trials. As he continues his journey, Max encounters other obstacles, such as deep rivers and steep precipices. He used his wits and courage to find ways around these obstacles. In each challenge, he learns a lesson, improving his skills and gathering strength for the next leg of his journey. After successfully avoiding an encounter with the bats, Max continues his journey through the magical world. He follows the directions in the guidebook. Feeling more and more excited and anticipating new adventures, as he progresses, Max notices that the environment begins to change. The forest trees grow taller and more majestic, and the air fills with magical scents and bird songs. He realizes that he is approaching a place where he will meet a wise fairy who can help him find the magic key. Finally, Max emerges into a small clearing surrounded by blooming flowers and playing brooks. In the center of the clearing stands a graceful tree whose branches seem to dance in the wind. Max feels that this place is the home of the wise fairy. He approaches the tree, feeling lightness and joy in his heart. Suddenly, a bright glow appears among the branches, and a fairy appears before Max, gentle, magical, and radiant. The fairy looks at Max with a smile and eyes full of wisdom. She greets him and tells him that she knows of his longing and has come to help him. The fairy tells Max about the importance of faith in oneself and hope, and that there is magic within each of us that can overcome any obstacle. More stories can be found on Amazon via the link on the channel's homepage.